I talked to like that same night, my coach is like, dude, we're appealing this shit. My coach has never appealed a fight in his life. My first loss and then this past one, just it is what it is. But
yeah, I don't know how
yeah,
much you
it
want
just
to talk about that, but like I feel like
I
you got
mean,
really cheated a little bit with the officiating.
Was this
But
the fence grab?
Yeah,
yeah, it was the
I
fence
watched that
grab,
fight.
and
Yeah.
like, bro, when I was in it, like, I have no problem talking about it because, like, I think I performed great regardless of what they decided. I believed it could have gone, my way for sure.
you
But
outstruck him in every single
yeah,
department.
I think a lot of people like saw like my actual ability to like, move and strike in the cage, and I feel like I imposed a big threat on my feet, and dude, I was on the cage, and that the only time he was like kind of doing something or not even really doing anything was when he had me on the cage, and I remember like trying to push him off, and like he just wouldn't move. I'm like, damn, like this dude's strong, like is a grown man, like he's strong. I'm like, all right, like this dude's strong as shit. I can't push him off the cage. I'm pushing him, and like I push him enough, and I feel him pushing back. I'm like, I don't know why you won't move. I throw a knee. I'm like, I'll take like a knee. He falls back in. I'm like, all right. And all I hear is like, get off the cage. Let go, let go, let go. I'm like, and then he like, I see like, man, I forgot the ref's name. It was
the big beard guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
either.
big beard guy. He's smacking his hand. I see him like smacking. And then like the whole time I hear this shit. The whole time he breaks the fight. And I was like, how many times? Like I was like, how many times are you gonna break it? Like he's doing the thing. Like how many times are you gonna tell him?
Yeah.
And he breaks it, and it looks like he's about to take a point. He even grabs him by the wrist. Nothing. Go back at it. He's like, don't do it again. Next one, I'm taking a point. Hey, dude,
that was towards the end of the fight. Yeah.
What the hell? You think he's gonna put me on the cage again and just like risk that? No, he's not gonna do that. We end the fight. Like, and the biggest bullshit about all this is like, he actually like came in my locker room, and he's just like, hey, this is the rules. They always come in, they tell you the rules. And he's acting like a hard ass about it. He's like, this is your first warning right now in the locker room. If you do a penalty in the fight, that's 2. Third warning, 4th, I'm taking point. Boom. He's telling me. I'm like, done. Cool. I understand 100%. We go into the fight, do that. I watch it back. I'm looking at everything. All I see is this dude grabbing the cage. Like, I have respect for him, dude. He's a good fighter, tough dude. With that being said, like, if you're
play
like,
by the rules, man. We play.
I'm looking at the statistics, and I beat him on all fronts except for cage control. Like, except for control, he has like 4 minutes of control, and I'm like, dude, I'm watching the fight. He's grabbing the cage. I watched it directly after they gave me the loss, and I'm watching it in a restaurant. We're having some drinks, eating some food. I'm like salty as hell, dude. I'm like, how the hell does this happen? Like this dude's grabbing the cage. I talked to like that same night, my coach is like, dude, we're appealing this shit. My coach has never appealed a fight in his life, so he doesn't even know the process. But he reaches out to my manager. We're appealing this. This isn't gonna happen. This is bullshit. We're taking this. Now I might not get a win, but I definitely don't deserve a loss. I'll take that loss off my record because like you know what I'm saying?
What is
like,
that?
I don't deserve
no
that
contest?
shit.
Is that a no contest?
Yeah, so it turned into a no contest. You can't like appeal a win off of another fighter, and then they just be like, all right, he loses, you win. Like they're gonna have to call it a no contest probably, but I'd rather have a no contest than a loss on my record. Of course. And I talked to my manager. My manager's like, bro, we counted it out. It was 11 warnings. It was 7 verbal warnings. It was 3 physical altercation and 1 full stoppage of the fight. And the dude did not take a point, bro. And like that could have been the difference in the fight. It could have been the difference between a win and a loss. Outside the fight now, I'm gonna have to deal with a no contest. With that being said, it is what it is. I'll take what I can get. And I've had like people like a few people like not even like I've had so much more support than like backlash off of my like decision to like appeal this. And like I specifically remember one person being like, dude, like some random ass dude, he's like, take the loss like a man and just walk away. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, I'm a fighter, dude. Like this is my life. I'm a fighter. Like what kind of fighter would I be if I just rolled over and died off this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna fight, you know, like because I could take a loss. Like one thing I know is like I'm a man, dude. I can admit when I'm, you know, when I lose. You know, my previous fight against forgot what his name was. My fight in Abu Dhabi. I lost that fight 100%. I performed like shit. He came in, he did his job. He did great, great fighter. I lost that fight. I can be a man about that. I can admit that. I went back. We worked on stuff. And this next fight, I came out. I did my thing and let my hands go. I told people I would let my hands go. I did exactly what I said I would. And you know, if I lose, I could take that. You know, but if I don't believe I lost, like if I don't lose, like there's no fucking way, dude. I can just
you
roll
got cheated
over
out of it,
and die off of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight, like regardless of if they like overturn the decision or not. I'm gonna do everything in my power to you know, to do it. And if they decide not to, then you know, it is what it is. But
when you appeal that, do you go through the organization, go through the UFC, or do you go through there's a third party like refereeing?
I think it has to be like it was in Vegas, so it has to be like the Nevada
Commission,
State Athletic Commission, you know, and then they'd have to do it. And like that's why you never like leave it in the hands of these judges. And nothing against all these judges, but they've never been in a fight in their life. They're reading off paper what's good and what's not good. And they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, dude. So like when it comes down to this shit, like this is why like you never want to, you know, leave it in the hands of them. You never want to like not do enough with that. I mean, I guess I could have done more. I tried. I did my best. That's all that matters, you know, but you never want to leave it in the hands of those
seven
judges,
verbal warnings. I mean, you couldn't groin strike a fighter 7 times. You couldn't eye poke someone 7 times.
Even John Jones couldn't get away with 7 eye pokes. Okay,
I just don't understand that. It's crazy.
7 verbal, 3 physical. I couldn't believe when he was smacking the dude's hand behind the cage, and then on the 3rd smack, he like broke the fight up, and I'm like, here we go, like.
And it goes to a split decision too, which is like that's the ultimate. Like it literally went down to a moment.
It came down.
It came down to the dude's like decision to, you know, take a point or not, and like.
But it's not even the point, because it's arguably that if he's holding that fence, he's stopping you from advancing your position, where you will probably win that round clearer on all the scores. He's making it so it's unfair, man.
Yeah,
it was tough to watch as a you know, a fan. Obviously, it's tough to watch, man. Like you just feel like. I feel like one of your boys got cheated at the club. Like the girl took off her makeup and she is solid 4. You know, like I'm like, bro, why are they doing him like that? But you know,
you know, it is what it is, bro. Like I live life like one day to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Don't look in the past, look in the future. So I ain't really like, you know, like a good fighter always has like. I mean, this is a bad saying in MMA and whatnot, but like it's short-term memory loss, like memory loss. You know, like you lose a fight. You forget about it. You move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Was your shoulder good, by the way? I want to ask you. You felt good with your shoulder going into that?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. So yeah, you know, I had that injury. And it kind of put me a little setback. But dude, the rehab. So I separated both my shoulders. The first shoulder, I did a little bit of my own rehab. And like, dude, my right shoulder was my most recent, and it feels brand new. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but both my shoulders.
How did you?
I went on a snowboarding trip with my boys, and.
All right, no more snowboarding, my guy. I'm sorry.
You know, it was a little tough. It was a tough one for me, but you know, I feel like because I used to skateboard, I do shit like that I probably shouldn't be doing. So I feel like I got a little more. I feel like I got a little more confidence in it. But you know, I mean, I'll probably snowboard. You know, take it a little easier. I got to just like cruise the hill instead of taking the bunny hill, get some training wheels on me. You know.
So where's that? If you can talk about it, where's the appeal process? Have you gone through it? Do you know what?
I'll be right back, boys. I gotta pee. Keep going. I still know you, but I gotta pee.
Yeah, dude. When it comes to like the process of it, dude, I don't know how like they do it, but I know as much as you, as crazy as it sounds. You know, I'm kind of in the dark on it. My coach came up to me the one day and he's like, "Hey, I talked to your manager. I heard like good things, like it's good things. But like no, decision yet, and I don't know the timeline on it, and I can't be 100% sure on it. I know some of these things go for I don't know how long before they get decided.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. Very frustrating.
Yeah.